how much do full arch implants actually cost? Because when you start speaking to different offices, one quotes you 20,000. The next one, they say 40. Another one tells you 50 for the same mouth. They can't all be right. I've been in this for 12 years. I know how they sell it, what the low quote hides, and what the high one squeezes out of you. And I'll show you the tricks so you know exactly what you're paying for. Let's start with why two honest offices can quote you completely different numbers for the same mouth. So here's what's actually going on with that number. The price of full arch implants has less to do with your mouth than with the office you walk into. So when you get a full set of implants, a full things have to happen. Somebody plans the case, somebody does the surgery, somebody makes the actual teeth, and somebody manages all of it. So who's doing that? Well, a lot of places, those are different people in different buildings. A surgeon in one office places the implants. Your case gets shipped to an outside lab to make the teeth, sometimes in another state. A separate dentist puts them in. And then there's often a coordinator and a sales team in the middle. Every one of those hands takes a cut. Every time your case leaves the building, it picks up a markup. The lab marks up the teeth. The second office, it charges for their time. Shipping, remix, the back and forth when something doesn't fit the first time. All of that is sitting inside your quote. And none of it made your teeth any better. When we do it in-house, the whole chain collapses. One team plans it, places it, makes the teeth on site, and delivers them. There's no lab markup because we are the lab. There's no second office because it's the same office. That's not a small thing on the invoice. It's often the whole difference between those two numbers you got quoted. Quick thing before I keep going. If you've got a quote sitting in front of you right now, tell me in the comments what it included and what it didn't. I actually read those and it tells me what people are being handed out there. Now the part the ads don't show you. You've seen them. Teeth in a day, as low as some number that seems almost too good, or a monthly payment that sounds like a car payment, right? Here's what's usually going on with those. That low number, it's a starting price. It's the floor for the simplest possible case, and it leaves out the things most people actually need. It might not include your extractions, taking out the teeth that are already there. It might not include any bone work if you need it. It might not include sedation, so you're comfortable during surgery. And here's the big one. A lot of the time, it doesn't include your final set of teeth. Because a lot of these plans give you a temporary set on surgery day, and the permanent teeth are separate charge months later. So the number that got you in the door was never the number for the finished result. I'm not saying every office running that ad is dishonest, but that price gets advertised in a way that's designed to make the decision feel easier than it really is. And by the time the real number shows up, you're already emotionally committed. And here's the part that genuinely gets me going. At some of the bigger operations, there's a whole sales process built around this. You sit down with someone whose job is to close you that day. There's a discount if you sign now. There's financing ready before you even had time to go home and think. Let me be honest here. There are good, skilled surgeons working inside those places. The people aren't the problem. The problem is a model where the number on the wall is the opening move in a negotiation, instead of what a straight answer to a simple question. What does it cost to fix my mouth all in, start to finish? Look, let's talk about the cheapest quote, because that's the one everybody's drawn to. And it's the one I think hardest about. Sometimes cheap is just efficient, and that's real. But sometimes the low number is low because something got left out, or because the work doesn't hold out. If a full arch fails, or the bite is wrong, or your teeth crack, you're not paying once. You're paying to fix it, on top of what you already spent. I've had people come to me to redo work that didn't last, and by the time they're finished, they've paid for the same mouth twice. This is also the math on going abroad for it. The flight and price look great on paper, but it's usually 2 trips, months apart. And if something goes wrong once you're back home, the person who did it is in another continent. And the cost of fixing it lands right back here anyway. What you want is the complete number, the one that carries you all the way to a finished permanent set of teeth, with nothing sitting off to the side waiting to be added later. So here's how you actually compare two quotes, even if you know nothing about dentistry. Ask every office the same 4 questions and write down the answers. 1. Is this your all-in price from today through my final set of permanent teeth? Or is it a starting price? You want the all-in number. 2. What's included? Say it out loud, one by one. Does this cover my extractions, any bone work, my sedation, my temporary teeth, and my final teeth? Get a yes or no on each. 3. Are my teeth made here or sent to an outside lab? That one tells you how many hands are in your case and how long a repair or an adjustment is going to take. 4. If something breaks or needs adjusting later, what does that cost and who handles it? A place that stands behind their work will have a clear answer ready. Take those answers from each office and lay them next to each other. Now you're not comparing two random numbers. You're comparing the same thing. In the honest quote, the one that already includes everything, is usually a lot closer to that scary looking number than the cheap one is pretending to be. So back to those two quotes you started with, the 20 and the 50. The 20 might be a starting price that turns into 40 once you add everything you actually needed. The 50 might be an all-in number from a place that does every step itself and never ships your case out. On paper, 20 look cheaper. In real life, it might cost you more. You couldn't see that before. Now you can. Now, if you're wondering why so many offices even work this way, split across separate buildings and outside labs and sales floors, I made a whole video on that, on why so many implant practices send your case to a lab in the first place and what it actually costs you when they do. This one showed you the price. That one shows you where the price comes from. Go watch it next. And if you got a quote sitting in front of you right now, don't sign anything until you've asked those 4 questions. Send this to whoever's helping you decide. Then subscribe, because every week I break down the parts of this that are genuinely hard to work out from the outside. Asking these questions doesn't make you a difficult patient. It makes you the one who doesn't get blindsided 6 months in. A full set of teeth is one of the biggest decisions you'll make for your health, and you're allowed to know exactly what you're paying for before you ever say yes. That's you in the driver's seat, which is right where you should be. I'll see you in the next video.